Happy Saturday, wrestling fans. Thanks for letting us be part of your weekend. World Championship Wrestling is on the air, and we are coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. Josh with you.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 242 pounds, Garvin.
Wrestling fans, Dennis Condrey suffered a minor injury last week in that match against the Road Warriors, and he is listed on the disabled list. His name appears there, and he was expected to return in the coming weeks. That's all we know at this point. It does not appear to be a broken leg. I'm thinking probably a sprain, although the details were not released to me. Great matchup tonight as our main event. World Television title will be on the line. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin will take on the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
And his opponent from Borger, Texas, weighing in at 320 pounds, Hansen.
We are kicking things off with a top contenders match in the TV title rankings. Stan Hansen taking on the man with the hands of stone, Garvin. The winner will get a World Television title shot. And that match will take place next week. So a lot at stake in this opening bout. The World Tag Team Champions, the Road Warriors, are here. Also in action, big matchup, big tag team match. U.S. Champion Sting and Lex Luger will take on the newly crowned World Champion Ric Flair and Tully Blanchard. A grudge match there, the Horsemen taking on two members of Hot Stuff International. Also a top contenders match for the World Tag Team titles. The Russians, Ivan and Nikita Koloff, will take on Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. Also a big grudge match. If you missed it last week, we have new U.S. Tag Team Champions. Sid Vicious and Dan Spivey, the Skyscrapers, lost the titles to Tommy Rich and Mike Rotunda. But tonight, Sid Vicious seeking revenge. He will take on one half of the new champions, Mike Rotunda, in singles action. All that and so much more here this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is a 15-minute time limit for our opening matchup. Our referee is Bill Scott. Sold out crowd once again as we return to Atlanta, Georgia. Lateral press here by Garvin, but an easy kick out by Stan the Lariat Hansen. Garvin now looking for a submission victory over Hansen. Hansen slips free. Big roundhouse punches there by Big Stan Hansen. And a boot right to the face. He floored Garvin. Beautiful neck breaker. Garvin rolls out of bounds. Garvin looking perhaps for a chair or an exit. Not sure what he's looking for. He was heading for the wrong direction. Now both men on the floor. Good job there by Garvin. Picks the leg and snaps it down. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. Thank you for leaving the comments. Always much appreciated. And also, thanks for leaving the thumbs up. Hansen coming up from behind. Clubbing blow there by Stan. And drives Garvin face first to the mat. Fans, another match signed for tonight that I didn't mention yet. We're going to see the Enforcer, Arn Anderson, taking on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. What a match that ought to be. Lateral press here by Hansen. 1, 2, and Hansen almost punched his ticket to next week and getting a TV title shot. But a good kick out there by the man with the hands of stone. And now Hansen locking in a crossface on Garvin. Referee Bill Scott checking in, asking Garvin if he wants to surrender. And Garvin trying to fight free, an elbow to the, or rather a knee to the back of the head. Garvin picks the leg. Step over toe hold. Great move here by Garvin, weakening the legs. Garvin is a master of the figure 4 leg lock. That is one of his finishers. Now going to the arm. Strong arm bar. Hansen rolls over, trying to counter this move here. Garvin switched to the hammerlock, but that enabled Hansen to deliver an elbow to the face, right to the jaw of Garvin. Hansen just pounding Garvin's face against the top turnbuckle, and Garvin collapses to the middle of the ring, drives the elbow to the lower back. Garvin turns him over, Hansen turns him over. One, a cover, only gets a 1 count. He neglected to hook the leg. Garvin back in. Knee to the knee. Crushing blow there by Ron Garvin. Double axe handle to the back. Scoops him up. Whips him into the corner. Hope you had a nice Easter last weekend. Garvin putting the boots to Hansen. Camel clutch here by Ronnie. That's not a camel clutch, a modified version of it. He had the knee buried to the lower back, wrenching back on the jaws. Might have been a low kick there by Hansen. Referee didn't see it. Powerbomb into a powerful pin. But referee calls for the break. He said Garvin's arms were under the bottom rope and called for the break. 15-minute time limit in this one. Short arm clothesline by Garvin. Strong elbow drop. Congratulations going out, of course, to Ric Flair, now a 3-time World Heavyweight Champion. Also, we saw the crowning of new U.S. Tag Team Champions last week. Tommy Rich and Mike Rotunda, the Skyscrapers, hoping to get a rematch soon. But tonight it's going to be Sid Vicious one-on-one against Mike Rotunda. Roll up there by Garvin. Hansen was in the ropes, and referee again calls for a break. Strong elbow right between the eyes. And Garvin, double axe handle. Garvin measures him. Rabbit punches. A flurry of punches and an uppercut. That might be all for Hansen. Garvin not done with him. Drags him toward the middle of the ring. And he's going for the figure 4. He's worked on the legs already. Now locks it in. Hansen in trouble. Can Hansen turn his weight over, shift his weight, turn his body, and get out of this maneuver? He needs to turn it over right here. Hansen trying to do so, and does. And now the pain travels to the legs of Garvin. That forces him to break the hold. Knee to the midsection. Thankfully, the referee didn't have to get in there and separate the legs. They can get tangled up. Injuries can occur. A snap suplex there by Hansen. And now Hansen just stalking over his opponent here. Garvin might be out. Hansen wasting valuable time. He's going for the Boston Crab. If he turns it over, that could be all. Garvin fighting for dear life. He's got it turned over. A lot of pressure on the back of Garvin. Garvin's a long way from the ropes. And Garvin just quit. Garvin just submitted. And Stan Hansen will get that TV title shot next week against either Jimmy Garvin or Dusty Rhodes, whoever walks away with the title this evening. Fans stunned that Garvin submitted. Garvin may have sustained an injury to the back early on that forced him to call it quits right there. He was fighting for dear life to prevent that Boston Crab from being applied. Failed to do so, and Hansen picks up a submission victory here to open up WCW Saturday night.
Here is your winner, Stan Hansen.
Don't go anywhere, wrestling fans. More great action still to come. Welcome back to the ring. Fans still stunned at the victory by Stan the Lariat Hansen, but they are ready for more action. We got tag team action coming your way.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, accompanied by Baron. And at a combined weight of 565 pounds, Russian Nightmare Nikita Koloff and the Russian Gladiator Koloff.
The Russian team of Ivan and Nikita Koloff will take on the Rock and Roll Express. The winner of this matchup will receive a World Tag Team title shot. Baron von Raschke, the Claw Master, will be in their corner, along with their manager, number 1 Paul Jones. And the Rock and Roll Express will find themselves outnumbered for this tag team contest. If you missed the announcement at the top of the hour, Dennis Condrey has sustained a minor injury. He is listed as week to week, so he could very well return next week. It was a leg injury, and I'm guessing a sprain. According to his manager, Jim Cornette, he did not suffer a break or fracture. So that's good news. Midnight Express, of course, picked up a count-out victory over the World Tag Team Champions, the Road Warriors, last week. Road Warriors, of course, retain the titles. They're in action here tonight, speaking of Hawk and Animal, in a non-title bout. Also, we'll see other great tag team action as Ric Flair, the new world champion, teams with his horseman mate, Tully Blanchard, as they take on Lex Luger and the U.S. champion Sting. Luger, of course, lost the title last week, the World Heavyweight Championship. If you missed that match, go back and watch it. It was a great week for wrestling, as Ric Flair became a 3-time World Heavyweight Champion here in WCW. And the Russians, members of Paul Jones's army, waiting for Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. And here they come, tremendous ovation for the Rock and Roll Express.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 469 pounds, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express.
They love Ricky and Robert here in Atlanta, and fans throughout the world, big fans of the Rock and Roll Express. They are hoping for a victory here tonight over the Russian team. It will be Nikita Koloff starting things off for his team. Ricky Morton for his 20-minute time limit in this one. And referee Bill Scott calls for the bell. They were going for a lockup, but Koloff exchanged it into a suplex, and a great move there. Ricky gets to his feet quickly. Clubbing blow by Nikita. Size and power, the strength, all favor the Russians. And Koloff's got Ricky Morton tied in the ropes here. Pounding the chest, clubbing the heart of Ricky Morton. Ricky Morton has a lot of heart, but he's taking a lot of blows here. Ooh, right to the side of the head. Might have knocked out Morton. And Morton already taking a lot of punishment. Whips him into the corner, and Morton just collapses after smashing back first into the ring corner, into the ring post. Actually, it was the turnbuckles. Koloff has him up. Good backbreaker. Stomps the knee. Robert tried to reach over and tag his partner. Just out of reach. Neck king and a violent throw by Koloff. Turns him over. Koloff drags him toward the middle of the ring. Ricky looks prone. Drives the elbow. Crushing the chest. Scoops up Morton. Morton looking helpless. Reversal by Ricky. Throws him up and over. And now Ricky, big right hand. He wisely needs to make a tag here, and he will to Robert. Ricky needs a rest. Paul Jones rushing over. Inverted atomic drop by Gibson. Excellent maneuver. And now the stronger of the two, Robert, in there. Trying to match size with Nikita. Trying to match strength with him. Good knee to the back. Stomps the lower back again. And Robert looking at a reverse figure 4 turns Koloff over, and Koloff trapped. Koloff smashing the ankle, grabs the boot, and a left hand gets Robert off him. Nikita took some time to adjust the tights there. Clubbing blows by Nikita. Double axe handles repeatedly, driving Gibson to the mat. Now Koloff looking to make a tag. And makes the exchange to Ivan. I think Ivan a little hesitant to come in, perhaps. Good uppercut there by Koloff. Uppercut forearm smash. Stomps the arm. Tried to stomp Gibson's head, but he moved out of the way, luckily, in the nick of time. Headlock takeover here by Robert. Still to come, Mike Rotunda, one half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions, taking on Big Sid Vicious, one half of the Skyscrapers, the former U.S. Tag Team Champions. Sid looking for revenge here tonight. Front face lock by Robert. TV title will be up for grabs later, as the champion, Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, takes on the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Robert went for a snapmare, it looked like. Ivan just moved out of the way. Good slam by the Russian Bear. This Russian team would love to get that shot against the Road Warriors in the coming weeks for those tag team titles. But still with the Rock and Roll Express. Either way, it's going to be a dream match. Rock and Roll versus the Road Warriors, or the Russians against the Road Warriors. Swinging neckbreaker, and Robert was in peril there, and Morton knew it, his partner. He came in and saved him. And Ivan now wailing away on Ricky fighting back. And a cover here by Robert. Hooks the leg, middle of the ring, trying to steal it, but an easy kick up by Ivan. Didn't even get a 1 count on him. A basement clothesline by Gibson, and a tag made now to Ricky, the well-rested Ricky Morton. Good clubbing blow, caught him in the breadbasket, and a knee to the kisser. Robert tried to reach over, and again helping out his partner. Ivan just staring down Robert, and the referee warning Robert to stay out of the ring and remain in his corner. Kicks the lower back. Picks him up. Ivan, the master of that bear hug. Ricky moved out of the way. It was a flying clothesline attempt in the corner. Ricky moved out of the way, and the nick of time rolls up Ivan, and now races over and makes a tag to Robert. Robert with a monkey flip. 5 minutes already gone in this matchup. A little over 14 remaining. 14 and some change. Speaking of change, have you noticed in your area that a lot of stores, when you pay with cash, they're not giving you your pennies back anymore? Into the corner. Tag made to Ricky. They're just rounding up to the nearest nickel. Scoops him up and slams him down. Turns him over. Cover here by Ricky. 1, 2. And a kick out by Ivan. Nikita was coming in to make the save, but Ivan was able to kick out on his own accord. Good Frankensteiner Hurricanrana there by Ricky Morton. Haven't seen the Steiner brothers around lately, and they're still signed to WCW, just haven't seen them in action. They've kind of been laying low since losing those U.S. Tag Team titles. Submission hold here by Koloff. And Ricky trying desperately not to submit. Robert nowhere around to help him. Getting the elbow in there, jacking his jaw. Good escape there by Morton. Morton just taunting Ivan. I think he tried to grab for his beard. Ivan moved out of the way. Side salto suplex. Look out, Barron's coming over. So is Paul Jones. And Ricky swinging wildly at Barron, but missing both times. Ivan now wailing away on Ricky Morton. And Robert coming over to help his partner. Russian leg sweep on that hard concrete floor. Down goes number 1, Paul Jones, and Baron did not like that. And now Robert and Baron mixing it up. Here comes Nikita down to help his teammates. Military press onto Robert. It's breaking down here. This one could end in a double countout or a double disqualification. Russian leg sweep by Morton. Referee up to 7. But Morton is going up top here. High risk move, hit his partner inadvertently. That's going to break the count and reset it. It'll reset it. Ricky checking on his partner. Hit him accidentally. Robert saying he's okay. He told Ricky to get in there and put away Ivan. And that's what he's trying to do right here. Ivan slips free. Picks him up. Flapjack. Scoops him up. Good backbreaker by Ivan, working over the back. Ivan might be looking for the bear hug right here and a submission win to propel his team to a world title shot in the number 1 contender spot. Cranking the neck. Many feel the Midnights deserve a rematch. I'm sure they'll get it. Ivan backing up in the corner. He's sizing him up. He's looking for the sickle. Ivan charges in and he drilled him with it. He floored Ricky. Cover, leg hooked. And Robert makes the save. Robert off the ropes. Good shoulder tackle. And again, referee Bill Scott warning Gibson to get out of the ring. We've seen him interfere a lot already in this matchup. Throws Ivan up and over the top rope. Tried to shove Nikita off the apron, but Nikita avoided him. Now Robert going out to the apron. And Nikita grabs him from behind, headbutt to the back, and Gibson paying for it now. Morton looking to take a count-out win right here. About 10 minutes remain in the time limit. Morton just ran him over. Good shoulder tackle from a head of steam. A 1 count's all he gets. Head scissors here by Morton. And we are at 10 minutes remaining in the time limit. 10 minutes. Whips him into the corner. Charging in. Good boot there by Koloff. Ricky was taking double drop kick, I think. He floored him with a forearm shot. And Ivan measures him. He's looking for the bear hug. He's got him up in it. He's got him in the bear hug. And Ricky might have to submit right here. Robert being warned not to come in. Ricky was able to escape on his own. Fortunately for the Rock and Roll Express, Bill Scott was threatening disqualification if Robert came in once more to help save his partner. And Ricky had to get out on his own, and that's what he did. But he is taking a lot of punishment. Stomps the back of the leg. Turns him over. Now Robert coming in again. Referee again warning Robert. He told him this is the last time. Good shoulder tackle there by Gibson. So Bill Scott really issuing a lot of grace to Robert Gibson. And they're looking for the double drop kick right here. In for the ride, and there it is on Nikita. Covered by Ricky. Wraps up the leg. 1, 2. And Nikita somehow kicked out. Somehow Nikita Koloff kicked out of the double drop kick. That's something you don't see often. Ricky springs to the middle rope. High cross body. Could not hold him down for the cover. And Nikita fighting back. Fireman carry takeover. But Nikita has nobody in his corner to tag. Ivan's on the floor, but he's slowly getting up. A cover here by the Russian Nightmare, and another save by Robert. I thought, good clothesline. And down goes Ivan. And Bill Scott losing control of this. Robert's lucky he did not get his team disqualified right there. Beautiful drop kick by Ricky Morton onto Nikita. Picks him up. Fans standing here in Atlanta. Whips him into the corner. Charging in. They're looking for a second double drop kick on Nikita Koloff. And Ivan on the floor. Double drop kick right on the button. And this time, it's going to be Robert making the cover. Ivan comes in and makes the save. So this match will continue. 7 minutes remaining on the time limit. Robert picks up Nikita Koloff. Rolls him up from behind. He's got the man covered. Can he hold him down? Middle of the ring. And he got him. Tremendous win by the Rock and Roll Express. And it'll be Ricky and Robert taking on Hawk and Animal for the World Tag Team titles. What a match that's going to be in the coming weeks here on WCW. What a tag team match. And we're not done, fans. We got a lot of great action still to come, including a TV title match. Ricky so fortunate to break free of that bear hug, then took a, I didn't see that earlier, a cheap shot there from Nikita.
Here are your winners, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express.
Don't touch that dial, fans. More great action still to come. Welcome back, wrestling fans. It is time for singles action. Big Sid Vicious taking on one half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions, Captain Mike Rotunda.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Medusa. And from West Memphis, Arkansas, weighing in at 317 pounds, S.I.D.
Medusa not happy about her men losing the U.S. Tag Team Championship last week. She is hoping that Sid Vicious will do a number on Captain Mike Rotunda here this evening in Atlanta, Georgia. And she is hoping for a rematch in the very near future. Dan Spivey, the other half of the skyscraper, is not in the building tonight. I don't believe that Tommy Rich is here either. I've not seen him. Tommy Rich, of course, the other half of the tag team champions.
And his opponent from New York, weighing in at 244 pounds, one half of the tag team, the Captain Mike.
Tremendous ovation for Captain Mike Rotunda. And this is a rare circumstance where I believe the champion is the underdog. Sid Vicious, a monster of a man, 6'9", 320 pounds. Rotunda will have to use his scientific skills to out-wrestle the big monster. So to come, big tag team action. U.S. champion Sting will team with the former heavyweight champion Lex Luger as they take on the newly crowned champion Nature Boy Ric Flair and Tully Blanchard. And of course our big main event, TV champion Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin putting the title on the line against the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, the #1 contender. 15-minute time limit in this matchup. Referee Bill Scott calls for the bell. And a vicious clothesline followed up by right hands, and Medusa raises her arms in celebration. Picks him up. Whips him into the corner, charging in. Thunderous clothesline. And down goes Mike Rotunda. Rotunda finds himself on the receiving end of the onslaught of big Sid Vicious. And that is not where he wants to find himself. Vicious, look at the strength. Military pressing Captain Mike and drives him. His throat slashed against the middle rope, it looked like. Picks him up. Right hand to the breadbasket. And Rotunda with a one-handed bulldog. Great execution, a kick to the ribs. And now Rotunda showing some offense. Big Sid with a punch to the breadbasket. Small package, middle of the ring. Rotunda's got the man rolled up. And that is the wrestling match that Rotunda must use here tonight if he is to defeat Sid Vicious. He's got to out-wrestle the man. Picks him up. Beautiful drop kick, but Sid Vicious did not go down. He just shrugged it off and floored him with a clothesline that sent Rotunda up and over the top rope and crashing to the floor. A flying leg drop by Big Sid, and now throws Rotunda into the hard steel railing that separates our fans from the action. A big slam by Sid on the floor. Referee exercising his count. He throws Rotunda back in the ring, and Sid again going to the top rope. High risk move, another flying leg drop. And a cover this time, wraps up the leg. 2 and a near fall. Rotunda lucky to kick out. Vicious again raining down right hands on the U.S. Tag Team Champion. One half of the tag champions. Belly to belly, but Rotunda fighting back. Driving this between the eyes. And now Rotunda headlock. Good punch there by Mike. Mike's got the monster reeling. Into the ropes goes Sid Vicious. Both men collide. But Rotunda rakes the eyes. Now Rotunda from behind. Russian leg sweep. Great execution. Picks up Sid. But Sid with an arm drag. Rather a hip toss. That was a hip toss. Ooh, vicious kick there. Might have been low, below the belt. And the whirly bird. A fan holding up a sign blocking the National Wrestling Alliance logo. That should be forbidden. Vicious with the front face lock, and now squeezes on the bear hug. Rotunda finds himself trapped in the middle of the ring. Rotunda thrashing the arms around, trying to make Sid off balance. And now driving the elbow, now claps his ears. Rotunda now whips him into the buckle, charging in. Good running forearm shot. That floored Sid Vicious. And a cover in toward the middle of the ring. Easy kick out by Sid. Swift kick to the back. And now a leaping knee across the chest. And Medusa looking panicked. Running her hand across her forehead. Sid was charging him for the clothesline. Mike caught him. Big headlock. And a right hand. And Rotunda taking it to Sid. Face first to the buckle. And now Rotunda, head of steam, whips Sid into the corner. Charge again. Another running forearm shot that blasted him. Sid falls to the mat. Rotunda keeps the foot on the accelerator, but a kick right to the belly button. And that time he caught him with a clothesline. Sid took down Rotunda. Now Sid cranking the neck. Slams him down, off the ropes now. Sid with a running leg drop, and now a quick cover. Grapevines the leg. 2 and 3. No, Rotunda able to kick out. We are fast approaching 10 minutes remaining in the time limit. Sid just taunting him now. He's got Rotunda by the throat. Choke slam. 10 minutes remaining in the time limit. Sid might not need much of that. He is going for the powerbomb. Can he get Rotunda up? And powerbombed him with authority. Cover. Wraps up the leg. 1, 2, and 3. Dominant win by Sid Vicious here tonight on WCW Saturday Night. Exacting some revenge from last week. But bad for him. The title was not on the line.
Here's your winner, S.I.D.
He is looking forward to teaming with Dan Spivey again, as they will challenge the U.S. Tag Team Champions Rich and Rotunda for those titles. And that silenced the crowd here. Rotunda being looked at by the referee. Sid calling for a stretcher. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the ring, wrestling fans. The action continues.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Honolulu, Hawaii, weighing in at 235 pounds, 'Ricky the Dragon' Steamboat.
What a matchup this should be. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Good to see him back in World Championship Wrestling. He will take on the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. This should be a great scientific battle between two top contenders. Mike Rotunda was, of course, able to get to his feet, thankfully. Did not need the assistance of men with stretchers, or with a stretcher. A chorus of boos for the Enforcer, a member of the Horsemen.
Accompanied by J. Dublin. And from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 225 pounds, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson.
A prominent member of the Horsemen, Arn Anderson, makes his way to the ring. James J. Dillon will be in his corner. Momentarily, we will see the new World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair, for the third time. He is the champion. He will team with Tully Blanchard as they take on Lex Luger and U.S. Champion Sting. What a night. There's nothing like World Championship Wrestling. Be sure to go out and see it when it comes to a city near you. Anderson looks like he was wearing the Brainbusters jacket. Maybe the Four Horsemen one was dirty. At the cleaner still. 15 minutes in this one. Referee calls for the bell. Anderson, Steamboat circling one another. Anderson, out through the collar and elbow tie-up, backs Steamboat into the corner. Referee trying to ensure we get a clean break, and will we? Yes, we will. Good to see here. But man, good move there by Anderson. Anderson tricked him. He thought they were going to lock up, and Anderson with a forearm shot instead. Very quick. Great maneuver. Whips him into the buckle. Picks him up now. The Enforcer in command. A snake eyes. And Steamboat stays on his feet, but not for much longer. Anderson's got him up. Good suplex and a quick cover. Wraps up the leg one, trying to make short work of Steamboat, but Steamboat able to kick out, and now rolls under the bottom rope, onto the apron, and pulls himself up by the top rope. Anderson waiting for Steamboat now. Grabs him. He'll suplex him back into the ring. Both men wanting to move up the ladder here in WCW and earn a title shot. Good shoulder claw, nerve hold by the Enforcer. Steamboat sweeps the leg. Went for the kick. Anderson caught the leg coming in. Good dragon screw takedown. Of course, Anderson has the advantage with James J. Dillon at ringside. Leg lock here by the Enforcer. Anderson, side headlock. Got Steamboat grounded. Hope your Saturday is going great. Tonight, I believe Sven Gulli is showing The Car. That'll be on at 8 p.m. on MeTV and on the East Coast. Good slam there by the Enforcer. Turns him over. Boston Crab looking for a submission victory. And Steamboat uses the power in the legs to get out of that move. Good kick to the neck. And Steamboat now in command. Steamboat measures him. Snaps the head down. Vicious chop, but blocked there by the Enforcer. Good left jab. Anderson, of course, a southpaw. Locks on that sleeper. And Steamboat gets to the ropes and forces a break. And the Enforcer. Big kick there. Close to being low. Big got him just south of the belly button. Picks him up. Sends him in for the ride and charging in. Anderson again picks him up. And drops him face first over that top turnbuckle, and Steamboat reeling now. He is taking on a lot of punishment. And another suplex and encore. He did those same two series of moves earlier, and a near fall. Steamboat just got the shoulder up. Steamboat rolls out to the floor. Anderson taking it to him. Anderson, a tough member of the Horsemen. He is a top contender to any title here in WCW. He would love to challenge Sting for that U.S. gold, that U.S. title. If he can get past Steamboat here tonight, he might very well earn a title shot. Anderson wasting no time, looking for a submission win. Cranking back on the chin and burying the knee into the lower back of Steamboat. Steamboat able to slip free, and now Steamboat with a snapmare. Steamboat coming to life here on Saturday night. Beautiful snapmare. Steamboat trying to get the crowd behind him. Wicked chop and a tomahawk chop to the head. Another drops him. Picks him up. And the sleeper from Steamboat this time. Some payback. Anderson locked it on him earlier, and Anderson finds himself toward the middle of the ring. He is fading fast. Steamboat might win this one, but no, Anderson drives the chin into the top of the head. A tough way to break the hold, but effective nonetheless. Steamboat backed into the corner. Another low kick by the enforcer. Anderson, front face lock, and he'll pull out on the sleeper. This time toward the middle of the ring. Steamboat's a long way from the ropes, and he is fading fast, trying to fight free. And he uses the same tactic to break the hold. Ricky now grabs Anderson. Swinging neckbreaker. Less than 10 minutes remain in the time limit. Steamboat going up top. Might be looking for his move, the flying body press. If he can land it, Steamboat's going to win. Off the top. Anderson caught him. Double A caught him. And now carrying him. Backbreaker. And this match will continue. Big kick to the neck. Now the enforcer raining down right hands on Steamboat. Now Anderson locks on the nerve hold. That wicked shoulder claw. But Steamboat again able to escape. Solid kick. Ricky kicked him in the throat. Tosses him over toward the quarter of the ring. And he goes outside. Anderson caught him coming in with an elbow to the throat. Double A with a DDT on the floor. Shades of when Jake Roberts DDT'd Steamboat on the concrete. But right there, I think he hit some of the padding, thankfully for Steamboat. If he'd been maybe a few feet farther away, he would have hit that unprotected concrete. The Steamboat out of it. He is reeling. He is dazed. Anderson throws him in the ring. He's going to try to polish him off right here. Anderson charging in. A drop kick to the keister. Down goes Steamboat. And now Arn turns him over. Boston Crab. Steamboat trying to reach out and grab that bottom rope and force a break. JJ cheering on Anderson, telling him to lean back farther. But Steamboat powers free. 8 minutes remaining in the time limit. 8 minutes. Steamboat grabs Anderson. Steamboat introducing Anderson to that top turnbuckle, making sure that they're well acquainted. Drives the knee to the mat. And a swift kick to the throat once again. Steamboat looking for the win. A one count only. We are halfway through this one. 7 minutes remaining. 7.5 minutes remaining. Snaps the head down. Steamboat up top once more. He might be looking. No, he's going for the elbow smash and nobody home. Double A moved out of the way. And now Double A taunting Steamboat. Steamboat charges him with a high cross body. Steamboat checking his forehead to make sure he's not lacerated. Does not appear to be. Armbar here by Ricky. Snaps the arm against the mat. Less than 7 minutes remain. Steamboat with a cover. Grapevine to leg. 2 and 3. No, Anderson kicked out. Steamboat looking exhausted, breathing heavily, panting with the hands on the hips. This match has taken a lot out of both men already. Great move there by the Dragon. This is what we expected between these two men. Two of the top stars here in World Championship Wrestling. Steamboat going after Anderson. Anderson, some cat and mouse off the ropes. He clipped the leg. Good tackle there by the enforcer. And now trying to capitalize. But Steamboat immediately grabs the bottom rope to break the hold. Anderson sends him in for the ride. Good drop toe hold. Anderson turns him over. And this time he'll try the Boston Crab again. And again, Ricky grabs the bottom rope and forces a break. Anderson looking frustrated. There's a sleeper. I believe it's the third time we've seen Anderson go to that move in this matchup, and Steamboat able to graze the rope and force a break again. Anderson frustrated, and he's taking it out on Ricky Steamboat. This one could very well go to the time limit draw. Anderson from behind. He's going to try to roll him up. No, a full Nelson into a choke slam. Again, right hands from the enforcer. Anderson just trying to wear down Steamboat. Steamboat sweeps the leg. 5:06 remaining in the time limit. Steamboat attacking the arm. He's got the crowd support. They are rallying behind Ricky Steamboat. And now Steamboat attacking the leg. Drives the knee against the mat. Turns him over. He's going for the cover. Hooks the leg. One. No, not even a one count. Anderson easy kick out there by the enforcer. Steamboat back to work on the arm. I think both men trying desperately to figure out something that will put away their opponent. So evenly matched are these two. Steamboat slams the wrist against the mat, trying to break it. The wrist, that is. Good shoulder claw. And we are approaching 4 minutes remaining in the time limit. 4 minutes. Steamboat again fired up. He is feeling his second wind. Picks him up and a crucifix by the Dragon. Middle of the ring, one. Can he keep the shoulders down? Only a one count. Couldn't hold the shoulders down. Now Steamboat picking up Anderson. He's going for the chicken wing. The submission hold. Middle of the ring. And he's got Anderson up in it. But Anderson able to fall forward and break out of it. But no, Steamboat will try another submission. A figure four. Middle of the ring. Shades of Ric Flair. Anderson finds himself trapped in it. Bill Scott, the referee, asks Anderson, do you want to call it quits right here? But Anderson able to fight free. 3:16 remaining in the time limit. Anderson with a clothesline. Up and over goes Steamboat. Out to the floor. The fans loving this one. Here on WCW Saturday night. Anderson stalking Steamboat now. As we approach 3 minutes remaining. Anderson. What's he going to do to him? Has him up. Slams him down. And a knee to the face. I believe that was called a gourd buster. On the floor. And that might be enough to put away Steamboat here. He is trying to force Ricky to give up. I don't think there's any quit in Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Steamboat able to slip free. Waistlock into a suplex. Great move there by the Dragon, and he is going up high. The Dragon looking for his move. The high cross body, if he can land it, he'll win this one. Anderson to his feet. Steamboat off the top, but it's a tomahawk chop instead from off the top rope. And now Steamboat drags Anderson toward the middle of the ring. JJ calling for support from the Horsemen. Nobody's coming out. Nobody's coming out. And he got him. Steamboat wins. You saw JJ turn, wave both hands, signaling for help from the back, and the Horsemen did not make it down to help the enforcer. I don't know if Barry Windham's even in the building. Obviously, Flair and Blanchard are. They're getting ready for their big matchup. What a win by Ricky Steamboat.
Here is your winner, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Don't go anywhere, wrestling fans. Still more great action still to come. It is time for our big tag team matchup. Sting and Luger taking on Flair and Blanchard. What an ovation for Hot Stuff International.
Contest scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, accompanied by Melissa, and at a combined weight of 526 pounds, Sting, and the total package, Lex Luger.
So an interesting thing happened this past week. I stopped at a thrift store. It's actually a church-run thrift store in the Dayton area, and I found a oversized hardcover book that came out in 1991. Never knew it existed. It's called Championship Wrestling, Masters of Mayhem. It's lavishly illustrated, and it features all the top stars of the 1980s and early 90s era.
And
it's pretty awesome.
Accompanied by Perfect 10, and at a combined weight of 486 pounds, Tully, Blanchard, and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen.
I'd never seen the book until I saw it on the shelf today. Or that day. This past Wednesday. Pretty amazing find. The better thing was the price. So it normally would have been $1. It was 60% off today, so I got it for 40 cents plus tax. Sting, the U.S. champion, will start things off against Tully Blanchard. 20-minute time limit for this one. Missy Hyatt in the corner of Hot Stuff International, BB Doll. In the corner of Blanchard and Flair. And the fans here in Atlanta, clearly behind the Stinger as they chant his name. And he responds, calling out to him. Good knee to the midsection by the U.S. champion. Picks him up. Sting has Blanchard. Highly elevated here. Standing vertical suplex. Just pressing him and drives him to the mat. Leaping elbow drop. Sting now has him up. Powerbomb. And a quick cover by the U.S. champ. One. And a 1 count only. Luger is waiting to get Flair back in the ring for that big rematch. Luger lost the heavyweight title last week. He wants the championship back, and he wants his hands on Flair here tonight. Tag made to Luger. Double team coming up. Double axe handle, and they're working over Tully Blanchard. Whips him into the corner. He wants Flair, and Flair's going to come in. Luger wasting time, taunting Ric Flair, and Flair going to make him pay for it. The heavyweight champion now drives the knee to the leg of Luger. Luger delivers an elbow to the midsection. Nice go behind. Waistlock takedown. Luger now measures him. Elbow drop across the chest. Flips him into the corner. I guess if there's interest, we could do a video like showing the book that I picked up. If anybody wants to see that, it could come up. We could do like a midweek video. Cover here by Sting and an easy kick out by Flair. Elbow to the top of the head. And a leaping leg drop. Caught him across the throat. Picks him up. Leaping DDT by Sting. Sting now picks up Flair. A storied pass between these two. And look at that strength of Sting. Sting sitting down on Flair's back, applying a version of the camel clutch. Flair trying to pry the hands away and flip Sting over. Good escape there by the Nature Boy. And Flair now sends him into the corner. Charging in, clothesline. He caught Sting. Flair now choking away on the U.S. champion. We've got the top two singles champions going at it right here. U.S. champion Sting and world champion Nature Boy Ric Flair. Sting has held that title for well over 200 days. A long reign by the Stinger. But the Horseman now doing a number on the champion. That is a title that Tully Blanchard would love to own. He throws Sting up and over the top rope. And Luger did not like that. He came in, tried to clothesline Blanchard. Blanchard moved out of the way, but now delivers a Russian leg sweep. Now Sting back at the ring. Luger wants Flair. Luger gonna suplex him back in. Sting, meanwhile, has Blanchard up. And drops him throat first over the top rope. Luger's out there by BB Doll. Look out. Sting looking for a figure 4 on Blanchard and locks it in. Referee Bill Scott asking Blanchard if he wants to call it quits right here. But he winds up and delivers a roundhouse right to Sting's face. And that forces a break. Sting caught him coming in. And the Stinger picks up Blanchard. Look at the strength. Military press. And drops him. Ultimate Warrior style. As you know, Sting and Warrior started out together as a tag team. The Blade Runners. A Stinger sleeper, as I was trying to say. A sleeper applied by Sting. You call that a Stinger sleeper? Blanchard jacks his jaw. And now Tully whips him into the corner. Charging in. Vicious clothesline. He floored the U.S. champion. And now Blanchard in control as we approach 15 minutes remaining in the time limit. Spins him around. Throws him into the corner. Tag made to the Nature Boy. Double team coming up. Nice move there by Flair. Front face lock. Again, going after the leg. Sting in trouble. Flair, the master of the figure 4 leg lock, would love to apply that hold on Sting here this evening. And now attacking the other leg. Wearing him down. Spinning toe hold. Baby Doll looking on. As is Missy Hyatt. Across the ring. Flair now has Sting. Throws him into the corner. And charges in with another thunderous clothesline. And now choking away on Sting. Luger coming in. Luger helping out his partner. Referee Bill Scott warns him to get out of the ring. In the coming weeks, we will have that rematch between Flair and Luger for the World Heavyweight title. Flair backing off. Sting circles the ring. Flair went for a right hand. Nobody home. But he knocked him off the apron there with a roundhouse right. Missy Hyatt helping her man up. Now Flair coming out to the floor. Luger being warned about coming into the ring. Vicious chop by Flair. And Luger from behind with a Russian leg sweep. Luger says, if I can't come in the ring, I'll go outside. And he attacks. Flair now goes after Blanchard. Pulls him off the apron. Blanchard might have hit face first against the apron. Belly to back suplex by Luger. Sting. Missy Hyatt jumping for joy. Sting now in command. Sting on the top rope. Waiting for Flair to get to his feet. And now Sting flying high. Flying clothesline. He caught Flair flush. Middle of the ring. And a cover. Hooks the leg. 1. Gets a 1 count. Snaps the head down. Sting. Tag made to Luger. Double team coming out. They looked at Blanchard first. Look at this. A double reverse slingshot suplex on Flair. Now Blanchard wants in there. He's irate. That's his move. He does a regular slingshot suplex, but still the message was sent and delivered. Tully enraged, but being manhandled here by Luger. Luger has him up. Pump handle slam. Tully just flew across the ring and a running elbow drop by Luger. It's been all Sting and Luger here lately. They are dominating this matchup. And now Luger applying the abdominal stretch. He is close to the ropes, but Luger will not grab it for extra leverage. Perhaps in his Horseman days he would have done that, but not now. Luger walking the straight and narrow. Blanchard working over the arm. Wrist lock. He wants to keep Luger grounded. Attacking the arms. Good strategy. Luger wants to use that human torture rack, and he'll need all the strength in his arms he can to get either Blanchard or Flair up in that. A smart move by attacking the biceps on the part of Tully Blanchard, a very smart wrestler. Blanchard now might be going for that slingshot suplex, take them to the ropes. But takes him face first to the top turnbuckle. Instead, double team from the Horseman. Again, attacking the arms. Good strategy. Flair measures him. He's going for that rolling knee drop, a patented move of Flair. And he caught him across the forehead. And Flair looking for the figure 4. He used it to down Flair for the World Heavyweight title, but Luger has it countered this time and slams Flair. Elbow drop by the total package. And Luger's going to tag in Sting. Luger needing a much-deserved rest as we approach 10 minutes remaining in the time limit. And Sting looking for the Scorpion Death Drop, and he plants Flair. Sting not done with him. 10 minutes remaining. And another Scorpion Death Drop. That one more traditional. He is working Flair over. Whips him into the buckle. Charging in. Stinger Splash in the corner. Sting turns him over. He's looking for the Scorpion Deathlock. Can he get him over? He can. Referee's yelling at Tully not to come in. Flair in trouble. Flair gives up in the middle of the ring. And Luger looks a little annoyed by that. Sting just picked up a win for his team, but Luger looked down in disgust. Not sure what that was about. But Sting and Luger will pick up the win here tonight on WCW Saturday Night, and the U.S. champion just forced the world champion to submit to the Scorpion Deathlock. There you see that rolling knee drop across Luger's forehead. He needed a rest after that. He tagged in Sting. Sting came in and finished the job, but Luger looking a little bit annoyed.
Here are your winners, Sting.
Luger thinking about it here.
Lex Luger.
Luger pointing at Sting, but they will handshake. That's a good sign. So apparently everything is fine in the camp of Hot Stuff International. Luger and Sting victorious tonight. Luger looking forward to his rematch. But Sting forced the World Heavyweight Champion to submit here tonight. Don't go away. More great action to come. Welcome back to the ring, wrestling fans. Randy and Bill Malky, the Malky brothers, already in the ring.
And
they will take on the Road Warriors.
Accompanied by Precious Paul L. Reed.
Paul Ellering accompanying Hawk and Animal to the ring.
Combined weight of 609 pounds, the World Tag Team Hulk and the Animal, the Road Warriors.
Last week they lost to the Midnight Express in a title match, but it was via countout, and so they retained the tag team titles. Dennis Condrey suffered a minor injury in that matchup, and that is why the Midnight Express are not on the program here this evening. Dennis recovering and is listed as week to week. Could come back next week or perhaps the week after, but he's expected to make a full recovery. A minor leg injury. This is a non-title match. The Malky brothers are not ranked in WCW. Hawk charging in, vicious clothesline. They could very well become ranked if they can upset the World Tag Team Champions here this evening. Picks him up. Good backbreaker by Hawk. And now Hawk off the ropes. Running leg drop. And that is Bill Malky in there being worked over. Scoops him up. And drives him to the mat. Paul Ellering applauding. He's liking what he sees so far. Our main event is next, wrestling fans. Don't go anywhere. TV champion Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin puts the strap on the line against the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the #1 contender. Animal tagged in. Good double team by the Road Warriors, the World Tag Team Champions. Puts him into the buckle. And Randy's going to tag himself in. Animal's ready for him. Throws him up and over. Randy grabs the top rope for dear life. And the referee's down. He got hit inadvertently. Seems to be okay. He staggers to his feet. Animal throws Randy against that steel railing, and again. And a third time. Animal just working over Randy Mulkey. Picks him up and drops him head first over that railing. That steel railing. Picks him up and throws him back in the ring. Animal going up top. The Road Warriors look angry here tonight. Animal perched up top, waiting for Randy. Randy up, but he's groggy. Double out, and Randy moved out of the way. Randy battling back here. Playing possum, but Animal is going to drive some elbows to the midsection, and that's going to end that short-lived offense. Rush in leg sweep. Randy trying to crawl over and make the tag. Can't get there. Animal grabs him, throws him into the corner. Tag made to Hawk. They're going to work him over here. Threw him back first against that top turnbuckle. Now working over the back. Midnight Express are looking forward to a rematch for those World Tag Team titles. They feel like they were cheated. As soon as Dennis Condrey recovers, I'm sure they'll get that match. What a clothesline there by Hawk. He's clotheslining anything that moves. Look out, Bill Scott, a referee. Right hands here by Hawk. Just taunting Randy here. Hawk has him up. Submission hold. The backbreaker, that might be all she wrote. That's actually Bill Mulkey, excuse me. I didn't see that they had tagged. There's Randy going to the floor. The Road Warriors just manhandling the Mulkey brothers. Tag made the Animal. It's going to be Animal going up here for the Doomsday Device. Usually we see Hawk come off the top rope, and Animal with a wicked clothesline that turned the man inside out. Wraps him up, middle of the ring. You can count to 20. Easy win here tonight by the World Tag Team Champions, the Road Warriors. There you see they just dominate Bill and Randy, the Mulkeys. No Mulkey Mania here tonight in Atlanta. They were outclassed by the Road Warriors. There you see it. Flips the man inside out. We'll take one more look at it. I'm sure Bill won't want to look at it later on replay.
Here are your winners, Paul and the Animal, the Road Warriors.
Please don't touch that dial. The World TV title is on the line next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Television Championship.
The TV title is on the line. Thank you for staying with us. It is time for our main event. And the challenger will make his way to the ring, and he brought some backup. His best friend, Magnum TA. Dusty Rhodes challenging for the World TV title. So fans, as you know, I like to read, and I made the decision that my book that I'm reading right now is The Running Man. It was written by Stephen King, but of course when it was originally published, he used his pseudonym, Richard Bachman. I think he published a few books under that name, under that pseudonym. His reasoning, from what I gathered, was he wanted to see if he could achieve success a second time without anybody knowing it was him. And another reason was he felt that he's a very prolific writer. He produces probably 3 or 4 novels a year, and he felt like it was oversaturating the market, and he didn't know, maybe the publishers didn't know how well they would want to see like more than 2 King books a year. So he published under Bachman. That's what I've gathered anyway. I could be wrong on that. But anyway, another, I think it was just a random reader, noticed Stephen King's name on the copyright page under a Bachman book, and plus he noticed the writing style mirrored King's, and so it was leaked that he was Richard Bachman. And I'll talk more about it after we hear from our ring announcer.
Introducing the challenger from Austin, Texas, weighing in at 270 pounds, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Introducing the champion from Bad Street, Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 235 pounds, he is the World Television Champion, Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin.
So Stephen King was wasn't really forced to, he just willingly said, I was Richard Bachman, and Richard Bachman died of cancer of the pseudonym, which was pretty funny, still is. But he brought him back later because there was a novel King wrote that he felt Richard Bachman would have written, and it was called The Regulators. But anyway, let's focus on the match here. 15-minute time limit. Referee Bill Scott calls for the bell. And Dusty runs him over. Garvin has been the TV champion for 3 weeks, 21 days. Garvin drives the chin into the top of the head, and then Garvin might have taken the worst of that because he went for a leaping clothesline and came nowhere near Rhodes. Just overzealous there. Rhodes picks him up. Has him up on his shoulders. Airplane spin. The TV title is on the line. Magnum TA in the corner of the challenger. Precious. Garvin's main squeeze is in his corner. And Rhodes going for the Bulldog. He rocked him. What an opportunity for the American Dream here this evening. Cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And a near fall. Near fall. Garvin just got the shoulder up. Clubbing blow there by Rhodes. And Rhodes tried to deliver a haymaker there, but Garvin just got out of the way. Now Garvin going after Magnum TA. Magnum backs away. And that was a decoy, I think, to lure Rhodes out to the floor. Remember, Garvin doesn't have to beat Rhodes. Rhodes has to beat Garvin. Throws him up and over the barricade, and Rhodes out among the fans. Rhodes getting up quickly. Swinging wildly. Came up empty, but landed those two. Claps his ears. Garvin, this is turning into a Pier 6 brawl. Turns him around. And throws him face first into the steel steps. Garvin might be content with a quick count-out win. And that's what he looks like he's going for here. The count's up to 8, but Garvin just reset the count. I don't know if he was aware of that or not, but he entered the ring and then back out. He wants to dish out more punishment on Rhodes. Yeah, I think Garvin said something to the referee that should have been 10. But that's not how it works here in WCW. You come into the ring and then go back out. That resets the count. And now Rhodes working over Garvin. Throws him into the steel post, the ring post. Precious wisely backing away. Rhodes throws him back in at the count of 8. Combined, they were out there for 16. I believe the count-out rule is up to 20 in Japan, and Rhodes just punishing Garvin's knee here. He was stepping on his foot, twisting the ankle, and then just stomping the knee of Garvin, and Garvin, unable to get up, may have sustained an injury. Rhodes has him. The giant swing just flings him toward the corner. This is World Championship Wrestling. Be sure to tune in next Saturday, same time, 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time, for another great broadcast. More great wrestling matches coming your way, featuring the legends of the golden era of wrestling, specifically in the Jim Crockett promotion era and in the early Jim Herd era. Those are my two favorite times in WCW. Went for a clothesline again, and Rhodes sidestepped him. Good heads-up move. Elbow there by Garvin. Scoop slam, and the TV champion measures him. Drives the fist between the eyes and snaps the head down. Cover here by Garvin. 1. So as of Wednesday, the Cincinnati Reds are surprising a lot of people. They're tied for first place in the NL Central with the Milwaukee Brewers. 8-3. Hopefully that winning continues. Garvin measures him off the middle rope. Drives the fist between the eyes. I think the Atlanta Braves are in second place in their division, the East. Yankees off to a great start. Garvin working over the leg. Rockies aren't doing as bad as they were last year. They've shown some improvement. Same with the Chicago White Sox. They were the cellar dwellers last year of the American League and National League. Hate to see a team that's so bad that they're hard to watch. I think the White Sox lost, 120 games probably last year? I don't know. It was a lot. Maybe not quite that many, but it was over 100. Rockies, the same. Head scissors here by Garvin. Front face lock by Jimmy. And the champion drives him to the mat. Armbar. Garvin taking a rest on the second rope. He's going to pose for the crowd. Needs to focus on his opponent. 9 minutes remaining on the time limit. Garvin in control. Looking for a camel clutch, middle of the ring. Referee asking Rhodes if he wants to submit. The challenger in trouble. But he will wriggle free. Rhodes, some left jabs and a right. Elbow to the top of the head, and Garvin is rocked. Good left to the jaw. And Rhodes now with a front face lock. Measures him straight right hand. He floored Garvin. And the champion in trouble right here on WCW Saturday night. Armbar by Rhodes. Drives him to the mat. And Garvin slips out to the floor. He needs a break. And again, having words with Magnum TA. Right hand there by Jimmy. And Dusty won't have any of that. He's going to DDT him on the floor. Rhodes can't get there in time. But he did knock down Garvin. Garvin just DDT'd Magnum TA on that hard floor. And it's become personal. Good back-breaking code breaker right there by Garvin. Head scissors. Locked in on Rhodes. And Magnum gets to his feet. He didn't know he'd be wrestling tonight, but so far he's been fighting Jimmy. Throws him up and over. He was going to knock him to the apron and let Magnum have some fun with him, I think. But Jimmy blocked it. Rhodes now winding up. And the double fist to the throat. And a cover. New TV champion right here. 1. Oh no, a 1 count only. Garvin kicked out. Rhodes can't believe it. That was one of Rhodes' signature moves. He's going to try for the cover again. He will not accept it. That he did not cover him with that move, or did not win with that move. And Garvin again kicks out. But now Dusty measuring him. He might be looking for it for a second time. Good block there by Garvin. Garvin saw it coming. And now Garvin whips him into the ropes. He just buries that knee into the midsection. And now Garvin has the challenger right where he wants him. Good Russian leg sweep. And Garvin going for the cover. Hooks the leg. The TV champion might retain right here, but no, Rhodes kicks out. What a main event here tonight on WCW Saturday night. So glad you're with us. turns him over, single leg Boston Crab. And the referee checking in with Dusty. Magnum was holding his head. If you missed it, if you're just joining us, you missed a lot of great action, but Jimmy Garvin earlier DDT'd Magnum on the concrete floor. Inside cradle by the challenger, has him rolled up, but an easy kick out by the champ. Precious looking worried now. Her man in trouble. The TV title slipping away. 1. And a 1 count. Garvin kicks out. Rhodes now picks up Garvin, but Garvin playing possum. Good move there by Jimmy, and Jimmy might be going for no, he was going for a pile driver, but Rhodes blocked it. Good backdrop by the challenger. And now Rhodes measuring. Garvin sizing him up. Winds up at the bionic elbow. He rocked him. Moves him to the middle of the ring. Cover. Referee down into position. New champion crowned. Dusty Rhodes falls to one knee, but he is victorious here tonight, and he's our new world television champion. Tremendous win by Rhodes over Garvin. There you see that DDT. Dusty was trying everything he could to prevent it, but couldn't get there in time. What a matchup here. We have a new TV champion. We'll have a rematch next week. No, excuse me, it'll be 2 weeks from tonight. It may not even be Rhodes and Garvin. Here's the official word.
Here is your winner and new World Television Champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night. See you next Saturday.